Welcome, YMCA volunteer junior Huskers fall baseball, softball, and micro t-ball coaches. Thank you so very much for volunteering to coach. We are not meeting in person. We are doing a virtual coaches meeting. So I am Troy Pekas, one of the directors for YMCA Youth Sports, in charge of the fall program. Again, thank you for volunteering to coach. We'll go through a little bit on what to expect this fall, how things are going to run, and where we go from here. First, office hours. If you have any questions and want to give us a call or an email or whatever, email anytime, but call or come to the office. We are out here at the Fallbrook Town Center, the YMCA administrative offices, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This upcoming Monday, August 10th, we will be sending out all emails through PlayerSpace to everybody. So rosters will be live, schedules will be live as the season games begin Saturday, August 22nd out at Wright Park. Grades K through 2, kindergarten, first and second, you can begin practices right away. So you can start practices next week and try to get 1 or 2 in prior to your first game. If you're looking for a facility for practice, if it's an LPS, Lincoln Public Schools facility, the email that was sent out should have a list in there and then an email for Director Claire that you can email her the day, site, and time that you're looking to practice. Then we can go into the LPS system to put you in, see if it's available, if it's an open spot. If it's the Fallbrook Fields right up the hill here in Northwest Lincoln, please email me, again, Troy from the Y, and we can sure get you a time slot there for the season for grades K1, 2. Pre-K, micro t-ball, the little 4-year-olds, they do not do a separate day of practice. They do practice and game all in the same hour. So on the 22nd, if you have a 12:45 time slot when those schedules go live on Monday, and your team is scheduled for that, that is when your practice begins. So you'll practice for about 20 minutes, and then you'll play, both teams will be, and then you'll play a game where everybody will bat through twice. The rules will be online as well, so you have that. But within the hour is what the micro t-ball. There will be 2 batting tees and a bucket of balls there for the teams to use for micro t-ball. Kindergarten will have a game tee there and a couple of game balls. If you need a practice tee for kindergarten, you can pick one up at your first game or out at Wright Park next weekend, August 15th, 16th, during the times that we have soccer going on. But you can check in with staff at Wright Park if you need a tee for your practice in kindergarten. First grade and second grade is coach pitch. No equipment needed. Coach pitch, so we won't do a practice tee for that. But practices again can start next week. Your very first game, we will have the jerseys and hats all bagged up along with a scorebook, and you can pick up at Wright Park prior to your game that very first day. We will have them in the garage area at Wright Park with my staff. A few Wright Park policy reminders. Everything's a little bit different this year. We are going to be using fields 5 through 8 at Wright Park, and policies and rules still for Wright Park. There are no pets allowed, no alcohol, no tobacco or vaping. Just like the summertime, no sunflower seeds, no shelled peanuts, no gum, and please, no spitting allowed. We are trying to make everything as safe and as healthy as possible out there at Wright Park. You will notice in the fields up there at Wright Park, we have things roped off. We are not going to use the dugouts, so they will be roped off. Player benches will be behind the dugouts. We will have 3 benches there with some numbers on there that you can space the kids out. Then the area inside where those are only going to be for teams and coaches. Coaches, up to 4 coaches per team only. So a head coach, a bench coach, first base coach, third base coach. That's it, 4 only. All spectators and fans can come watch the game, but they will be outside the roped off area where they can sit. So outside towards the foul ball area or in the outfield, as we have a line marked in the outfield, socially distanced, spaced apart for fans to come watch kids play. One of the main things that is for this fall is we are going to highly encourage the use, I have my mask over there, I didn't bring it on, the use of face masks for coaches and for spectators. Now, I know it gets hot and it's challenging, but if you are within, distance with kids and give an instruction, and when you give instruction, you talk louder. You are then transmit more. So, face mask, it's not mandatory, but it is highly encouraged to wear a face mask. Please think safety, protect yourself, protect your players, protect spectators, YMCA staff, and umpires for grades 1 and 2. Other things that we'll have this year for the fall, there will be no catcher position. So we're not going to put a little one back there in the catcher's position because they don't really do much back there anyway. So they do not need to be back there. That way we do not have to worry about any catcher's gear and having that be an exchange back and forth between players. So no catcher's position. You will just have 10 out in the field. First, second, short, third, pitcher. Maybe put somebody behind the pitcher up by second base. And then you can have a left field, left center, right field. So out there in the field, but no catcher's position will be this season. Grades 1 and 2, we will have an umpire. So that's coach pitch, and the umpire then will be back there when you coach pitch over or under, depending if it's boys or girls. And then they will collect it, throw it back, collect it, throw it back for the first and second grade. Kindergarten, no umpires needed. It's T-ball, so it's 5 runs or 3 outs. Pre-K, also T-ball. Everybody bats. We don't really keep track of outs or runs in the pre-K. Just if you've got 8 on your team, 8 there, 9 there, all 8 bat. Let them run the bases and have fun. Note, your first game's listed. When we play on Saturdays, there will also be soccer already going on. So you may or may not be able to get parked close to those fields and stuff, but you'll find a parking spot. If you're the first games listed, then you can sure go in. Now, second games, third games, fourth games, we have to wait for those previous games to finish and exit, okay? So if you're looking to warm up, maybe behind the fence, gather your team socially distant. If there happens to be an open soccer field and nobody's on it, you sure can use that. Once those teams that, say for example at 12:45 are done and are moved out, then 2 o'clock teams, coaches can come inside the roped areas to the bench. Fans, spectators can then set themselves out in the outfield and foul ball area. So please, do your best. Don't come in early. We're trying to avoid big crowds. So second game, third game, fourth game, you have to wait till the previous game has finished and exit. We will have a sanitation station up there. We'll have a table up there with some wipes. On the backstops is hand sanitizer. If you feel want to have everybody do a hand sanitizer before, it's there. We want everybody to feel safe. We do encourage and recommend that every player has their own bat, glove, and helmet to avoid sharing, okay? We know that gets expensive. So if they do not happen to have their own helmet, we do have YMCA helmets available. You'll check with YMCA staff, let them know before your game. Say you have 12 on your team and 10 of them have helmets and you need 2 helmets. So you just ask staff for 2 helmets. They will give you 2 YMCA helmets to use that child, that helmet only for that game. And once you're done, you turn that back in. We will spray them and they will be ready again for the next week. So we want to make sure every child that does have a helmet, they have a helmet when they're up to bat, on deck, or on base. The main restrooms will only be available at Wright Park, and then we have lower restrooms over by soccer field B. Those are the two facilities for restrooms. Just in case you're looking for porta potties, we do not have. At this point in time, the main restrooms there, socially distant, but wanted to make sure we let you know that that's what's out there and available for fans and for players. After the games, all right, we've gotten there, you waited to come in, you've had a fabulous game. It was a 20-20 tie. We love it. Game's done, any helmets that were used, turned in, gathered all their stuff. They've been socially distanced. They've grabbed their glove and their bat and their water only that they're sharing. We are not going to line up and shake hands or high five. We're going to avoid that. So when the game's over, bring them out to the foul line. I've seen some wonderful things this summer. They've waved saying good game. They've tipped the hat saying good game. They've bowed saying good game. However you want to do it, we're just not going to line up and shake hands. So good sportsmanship at the end of the game. Acknowledge the other team. Then, coach, please do not gather your team and your parents, and do not do a team meeting on the field after. And have to wait until your practice, or tell them you'll send them an email. We just do not need big groups gathering, so you're going to grab your stuff. They're going to find their parents, grandparents, whoever they came with, and they'll be on their way to their vehicle and on their way out. No snacks, please. We're not going to do shared snacks, so I know it's a bummer, but please do not let parents know we're not bringing cupcakes and cookies and having kids grab out of the same area. We're just not going to do that this year. So do our best to think safety in these times and make sure that everybody's having fun. If there's an issue, there's a problem, YMCA staff is on site in their blue or red staff shirts. Please find them. They can answer questions for you. If you're going to approach them, make sure you have a mask on, because they will put a mask on if somebody's approaching to ask them questions. So face mask, always have it with you. Highly recommended to use when you're there. There will also be, come Monday when we do the player space and send that out, there will be the rules on there. You'll have the schedules. You'll have your roster then that is live for all to see. There will be a link there for concussion. Make sure you kind of read through and review that. You don't think about it with the little T-ball, but we got to make sure that they're not swinging the bats around. And a kid doesn't have a helmet on and something happens. So think safety first, not just for not spitting seeds or spitting at all or touching things or sharing drinks, but also with their equipment, make sure that they are respectful and know that we're all one team and we put our stuff down in our bench area. Johnny, Billy, Fred, they have their area, their number. Keep them right there. Try not to bunch them up together on a bench. Look for that come Monday. We'll get that sent out. If you have any questions when it comes to the rules, if we happen to get, if I get the shirts in and stuff and we get all that done early, I will send out a message and let you know when they are available to be picked up. Other than that, thank you so very much for volunteering to coach. Enjoy the season, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at the ball field. Good luck.